So I can't imagine anyone coming to Mexico City and not being interested in seeing at least one of the archaeological sites that you can find within the city's boundaries. So today I'm going to show you 3 that you can see without even having to leave Mexico City. I'm here now in Quico, which was inhabited from around 1000 BC. I'm going to show you as well Templo Mayor, which is right in the heart of the city in the main square, and also Tlatelolco. And the great thing about these 3 historic sites is that each one is completely different. This one at the minute is in the middle of the countryside. It feels like it's completely isolated. The other one's right in the heart of the city centre, and the other one just a few blocks away from that. And the great thing about them is, as you're wandering around, you can almost kind of hear the ceremonial cries and imagine what it would have been like, the people kind of going about their daily lives or in the markets. And it's kind of just amazing because it's all right next door to the present day Mexico City. So it's amazing to be able to compare the different lifestyles that they would have led and how things have changed over the years. So don't go away, and I'll show you the 3 best archaeological sites of Mexico City. So believe it or not, I'm actually still within Mexico City. I've come all the way out to the southern shore of Lake Texcoco to a place known as Quico. Now Quico would have been the first large religious and public centre in the Mexican highlands. It was inhabited from 1000 BC right through to the 1st century AD, when it was evacuated due to the eruption of the Xitle volcano. And it's believed that the round pyramid at Quico is the first attempt by Mexico's pre-Hispanic civilizations to link the cosmos with religion. And based on their astronomic observations, their architecture was heavily influenced. And if you come here, one of the things that you will see, as well as the remainder of 8 buildings that they imagine were for public or religious use, you'll also see the remains of a hydraulic system that was used for the water supply, which I found really, really amazing back in that time. And if you happen to come on a day like I have, where the sky is beautifully blue and the sun is shining, I can see the most amazing view of the 2 volcanoes in the background. No clouds, no snow on top. It's absolutely beautiful. So don't worry about getting here. It looks like I'm in the countryside, but the metro bus stops right outside. So follow the blog and I'll give you all the information on how to get to Quico. It's so hard to believe as you walk around downtown that the remains of Tenochtitlan, the ancient Aztec capital, are buried right here beneath your feet. And you can visit the ruins of the largest and most important of its temples, the Templo Mayor, right here in the Zocalo, in the city's main plaza. So your entrance fee will get you entrance to the excavation site, where you can view several layers of open air ruins, and it will also give you access to the museum, where you can get a look at all the excavated artifacts. And I recommend that you have a look out for the Wall of Skulls, a reminder of the human sacrifice that once took place here. So just off to one side of the Tlatelolco archaeological site, you're going to find Plaza de las Tres Culturas, or the Square of 3 Cultures. Now this might just be one of the most emblematic squares in Mexico City because it represents 3 different historical phases here. You're going to find evidence of the pre-Hispanic phase, obviously in the ruins of Tlatelolco, evidence of the colonial phase in the church that Cortes built on top of the sacred precinct, and then surrounding the Square of 3 Cultures, you're going to see various residential buildings, the Foreign Ministry building that's now owned by the UNAM University. So it's a really interesting reminder of 3 different stages that were so important to Mexico City's history, and you can see them all right here in the Tlatelolco archaeological site. So that's the end of my post on Mexico City's archaeological sites. I only hope I've been able to portray something of what it feels like to be here in person. It's fantastic that in this cosmopolitan metropolis that is Mexico City, you can still find these places that take you back centuries, right back to 1000 BC if you come to Quico. And it's a real escape from reality. If I had a business meeting, for example, in Mexico City, and I was only going to be here for a day or 2, then I would definitely make sure I go to Templo Mayor. I would say you go early in the morning to avoid the craziness of the Zocalo. But if you're going to come to Quico or Tlatelolco, I'd say you can go any time of day, because I hardly saw another person there. I feel like I'm on my own in the countryside here at Quico. So follow the blog. I will put down the names of all the places I visited and how to get there. You can get to all of them by public transport. So definitely no excuse to miss any of the archaeological sites here in Mexico City.